Bull Bramble, they call him. Well, he'll need to be a pit bull plus tonight if he's going to halt the progress of Kostya Tszyu. Livingstone Bramble. Not too many cheers for him either, Zorba.
No, certainly not. I don't think he's made that many friends here in Newcastle. He's certainly colourful. Got the colourful gear on. Ah, here come the Newcastle Knights, the local rugby league side. There's the knight in shining armour on the horse. They're going to bring the big horse in. Listen to this for a cheer.
Yeah, he was here the last fight. I hope my little boy's hiding because he's petrified of him.
Great atmosphere here, Alan Thomas, as you said. Terrific venue. Here's Kostya Tszyu now, behind his mentor, Johnny Lewis. Jeff Fenwick's weaved this path many times. The feeling right at this moment for Kostya Tszyu, Jeff Fenwick, going into the great unknown against the very well-performed Livingstone Bramble, who looks very cool in centre ring as Kostya Tszyu approaches the square ring.
Here's that roar that we were talking about, Alan. It's starting to get deafening.
Standing ovation for Kostya Tszyu.
I just love how he gets into the ring. I mean, it could be the high jump champion of Russia.
Well, he's certainly a multi-talented sportsman. He can play basketball. He can do the lot. He wants to thank his sponsor, Aristocrat, as well. I forgot them earlier. There they are, Costa.
Kostya Tszyu just testing the ropes. There he is, his opponent. The much-travelled, very experienced Livingstone Bramble.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you rise in respect of the national anthems? Firstly, Great Britain. The Australian national anthem will be sung by an adornment to national music, J. Justin.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free. With golden soil and wealth of toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, our beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
J. Justin, Advance Australia Fair. And the stage is now set.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Morty's Fight Vision instigates Newcastle boxing history in presenting an international contest scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds to be boxed at catch weights between, from the red corner, scaling 64.85 kilograms, hailing from the Virgin Islands, wearing trunks to honor the flag of St. Kitts. As an amateur, boxed on 43 occasions for 39 victories, 24 by knockout. His distinguished career was highlighted by representing the Virgin Islands at the Olympic Games. As a professional, became the WBA lightweight champion. A magnificent career spanning 48 contests, 34 victories, 3 draws, 26 wins inside the distance, thunderingly recuperating, aesthetic, laurel crown pageantry, Bramble. And his opponent occupying the blue corner, scaling 63.85 kilograms, originally of Siberia, Russia, now permanently residing in Australia, located in Brighton, Sydney, New South Wales, wearing black trunks with white markings, fought on 270 occasions as an amateur, being victorious on 259 occasions. 6 times his country's champion, twice European title holder. In 1991 became the world's amateur junior welterweight champion, turning professional in January of 1992, has contested 9 bouts. He is unconquered, 8 of those victories being recorded inside the distance, ranked number 3 in the IBF, number 5 in the WBC. Purifying excellence, mounting vertiginous heights, Kostya Tszyu.
There's the chant for Kostya Tszyu.
Referee Brian McMahon, ringside judges Seth Perkins, Billy Mayles, Keith Dudley. Ringside physicians Doctors David Parker, Lou Lewis.
You've had the main instructions in the dressing rooms. Watch your forearms. No forearms to the throat. Understand that? Okay, you've had the main instructions. Wait for the bell. Good luck. Shake hands. Shake hands. Shake hands.
Bramble didn't want to shake hands. I think that's the wrong thing to do against Kostya Tszyu.
Certainly is. I thought the Zulus were coming in here when the cry went up, Tszyu, Tszyu, Tszyu. Should be a beauty.
Don't go to the toilet, anyone.
We're into the contest. Both fighters with left-hand leads. Might have been thought that Bramble might have been the fighter to take it up to Tszyu. But Tszyu's prepared to walk forward, and the left-hand lead was flush on the nose of Livingstone Bramble.
He looks a lot bigger than Kostya Tszyu, doesn't he?
Yes, he is a big guy.
He looks a lot bigger, and dragging him down. There's the warning. from the referee, Brian McMahon, to Kostya Tszyu.
They're not missing about. There's heavy timber going here in the opening 30 seconds of the fight.
There'll be plenty more from Kostya Tszyu, let me tell you.
Only a kilo bigger, Bramble. He looks about 3 or 4 kilos heavier than Kostya.
Well, Kostya Tszyu makes the weight so easy. He doesn't try to go down anyway. He just comfortable at the weight and makes it easy.
So Tszyu stalks Bramble. Bramble, an experienced fighter. But Tszyu's prepared to just stand there. He wants to stand there, Kostya, and give it to him. He wants to liven him up. That might have been a bit low. Although Bramble didn't look at Brian McMahon, and Kostya Tszyu's letting them go.
It wasn't low, it just cut him in half.
He's in trouble, Bramble.
He certainly is. Livingstone Bramble as the Tszyu call goes up here. Kostya wants another one in round 1. And the well-performed Livingstone Bramble already knows he's in for a real contest against the thrashing machine from Siberia, Kostya Tszyu. Tszyu in the second half of round 1 going right after Livingstone Bramble, taking the fight to Bramble, taking away the initiative that the experienced American, or formerly from the Virgin Islands, now fighting out of America, and of course that's why they played the British national anthem tonight.
So Tszyu continues on. I think Bramble's a little bit nonplussed by the punching power of Kostya Tszyu because he hurt Bramble. I thought that blow might have been just a fraction low, but Jeff Fennick said it cut him in half, and it did. And Tszyu's just going to stand there. He's going to just stand his ground, Peter Peters.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's not looking to go on the defensive at all. He doesn't fight like that. He wants to get his pay packet very early and put another notch on the belt. But I think we're going to see Bramble hang in there for a little while, Jeff Fennick.
Do you remember earlier, Alan, when we spoke about Kostya in the preview? I said it was his eye. It was his sharp eye that could do anything that he can do, and there it was. Kostya's laughing at him too.
Okay, Bramble's down. He's on his feet. We've got 11 seconds to go in the first round.
What a dynamite
Bramble
that was.
Can he see it out? Bramble in trouble. He might just see out the round if Kostya Tszyu can't land another one on him. There it is. But Jeff Fennick, big round of Kostya Tszyu.
Yeah, that's what I told you earlier. His eyes just so sharp. His reflexes, his feet are always in the right position. And just then when he counterpunched and dropped Bramble with that overhand right, it was just through sheer patience and sheer sharp eyes.
Certainly was, Jeff. He has not taken a backward step. A brilliant first round by Kostya Tszyu, and that punch didn't travel all that far. Let's have a look now as Bramble starts to bob and weave. Tszyu puts him on the shoulder, then the right opens him up a little bit. Look at the hands of Livingstone Bramble coming up there, but Tszyu looking for an opening. The left misses. Look at the eye of the tiger in Kostya Tszyu. The left, the right over the top, the left, the right, and Kostya Tszyu throwing leather very quickly.
His eyes have never left the look at the eyes, the overhand right.
So a knockdown to Kostya Tszyu over Livingstone Bramble in the first round. And one would think that this fight will not go the trip. We're in round 2. Kostya Tszyu just walking up. He wants an early night. He's only gone the distance once with Juan Laporte. Oh, the hand speed of Kostya Tszyu.
And Juan Laporte just ran away for the entire fight. This fellow's not going to run away, but I don't think that he's going to be able to see the distance out. He's got to try and put Kostya down.
It's not just hand speed, Alan, it's power as well. And we spoke about that in the preview as well. He's got so much power in both hands. It's unbelievable.
Certainly is. Look at that right coming over the top again. Bramble nonplussed at the moment. All the experience in the world he's trying to delve into at the moment as he meets this thrashing machine from Siberia.
And let me just tell you, Livingstone Bramble has got his hands up very, very high as he's ever had him up in a fight. He knows that this guy can punch.
So Bramble and Tszyu in centering. It's Kostya Tszyu who's trying to power through the gloves of Livingstone Bramble. And he's just letting them go from everywhere, Kostya Tszyu. He's trying to put Bramble away.
The left getting through with consummate ease now. The left and right with great power.
I think Bramble's frightened to throw a left-hand lead because he's frightened Kostya Tszyu's going to bang him.
I think he's trying to aim up for one big one on Kostya, but he's going to find that he can take them as well as he can throw them, Jeff.
Yeah, he's now gun shy, and as you can see, he's standing there with his head right down, his chin's pointed towards his chest, making sure that Kostya can't land those punches on the chin. As soon as his head comes up, and Kostya lands on the chin, the fight will be over.
Well, Kostya blasting his way through that high defence of Livingstone Bramble. The left and right combination powering through, going through the gloves of Bramble that are held high. He is seeking a passage through.
He's got no answer, Bramble. He can't throw one because he knows he's going to get the money back with a bit of interest, and at the moment he's just trying to work out what to do.
His corner trying to give him some confidence. There was the left from Bramble, and the right taken on the shoulder of Kostya Tszyu. Tszyu poking out that left, looking for that dynamite right again. Left and right, left comes out from Bramble. Trying to work out Kostya Tszyu, right over the top by Livingstone Bramble.
Of course, the thing with Bramble is,
thereby.
once he throws the punch, Jeff Fennick, he's open, isn't he?
Well, he is, but the thing that we just seen Kostya do then, he's not doing enough of it, is throwing the punches to the body. Alan, we spoke about how important that is earlier in the fight. Kostya's a real headhunter. He's got to go down to the body. He's got tremendous power down there as well. And if he does that, he'll open up Bramble for the head.
Still attacking the head at the moment, but those hands held very high by Livingstone Bramble.
Hands high and head down, the chin's tucked into the chest. And that's experience.
End of round 2, another good round for Kostya Tszyu.
Yeah, it was another very good round for Kostya there. Again, totally dominated round 2, but Bramble showing his experience there. Head tucked down, chin tucked to the chest, hands up very, very high. If anything, the only criticism, or not really criticism of Kostya, is that he is still trying to hit the head. He should go to the body a little. I'm sure Johnny will be telling him that in the corner right now. There's Bramble in his corner. I'm not too sure what his corner will be telling him. But if I was them, I'd be telling him to do what he's doing. Keep his hands up and tuck his chin down, because as soon as he has an opening, Kostya will take it.
Pitbull Bramble on the back of his trainer. I think that's the pitbull we've got on screen, rather than that man, Livingstone Bramble. Gee, tremendous opening round by Kostya Tszyu, and he just has not got 2 speeds, Jeff Fennick. He's got 1 full bore. Here we go for round 3.
So Bramble decides to get on the bite. He's got to make Kostya Tszyu think, yes, he's got to change the pattern of the fight. He came in, the left hand from Kostya Tszyu was all right, and the left hand from Bramble was just a speculator. He's got to try and break Kostya Tszyu up, Bramble. Kostya Tszyu's got into the slot, and Bramble knows it. Tszyu, those punches taken on the glove by Livingstone Bramble. He tried to throw that left hook on the break, but the glove work from Tszyu was so strong. Tszyu's right hand was up in a flash. Good punch from Bramble. Good scoring punch.
Good right there by Kostya Tszyu. Livingstone Bramble trying to mix it up, trying to just change his tactics a little bit. He's moving around a little bit more, throwing that round arm left, trying to catch Kostya Tszyu on his blind side, but Tszyu having none of it at the moment. And now going back to what happened in the opening 2 rounds as Bramble covers up, tries to go to the body of Kostya Tszyu. Tszyu aiming up for a big one as Bramble covers up in the neutral corner, just on the ropes now, goes over the top with a right hand, left and right, good combination there by Livingstone Bramble. Better round for him this one, Jeff Fennick.
Well, I'm not too sure it's a better round. He's trying to survive now, and Kostya's just waiting. Although Bramble has hit him with a couple of punches, Kostya's waiting for that opening to come to the head. He's got to work to the body and make those openings happen.
Well, we'll see if he carries out those instructions or advice from Jeff Fennick. Right hand over the top. Bramble's trying to duck his head and throw that right hand over that left-hand lead of Kostya Tszyu.
Well, he's been in with some tough customers, and it's
Livingstone Bramble
certainly showing, Al Thomas. He's been in with some tough customers, and he's going to hang in there for as long as he can and try and work out Kostya Tszyu. Of course, Kostya has only been 10 rounds once in his professional career against Juan Laporte, who ran. Kostya just chased him for 10 rounds. This fellow, I think, is a different kettle of fish.
Yes, he's prepared to fight all right, Bramble.
He certainly is, and we're in round 3 and a better round for Livingstone Bramble. He is at least scoring some punches in this round against Kostya Tszyu. Good left by Kostya, got through the high defence of Livingstone Bramble. Bramble still looking a bit nonplussed. 18 seconds remaining in round 3. Looking for the over-the-top punch is Livingstone Bramble, but Kostya Tszyu beats him to the punch again. Left and right by Livingstone Bramble, both taken on the gloves by Kostya Tszyu. Right over the top is a better punch, but again, Tszyu evades, slips a little bit there as we end round 3.
Yeah, it was a better round for Livingstone Bramble. I don't think he won the round, definitely not. But again, if I have any criticism on all of Costa, is that he's just waiting for that headshot. He's a sensational body puncher. I think that he should be throwing more punches to the body, which will, believe me, make Livingstone Bramble drop those hands down, and then Costa can counter-punch him over the top. Alan, what do you think?
Yeah, the thing that I noticed about Bramble, Jeff, at the end of this round was he looked more composed going to his corner. He looked more confident and more happy and settled and to himself to say, well, I'm getting back into this.
Well, yes, he said he survived the round. He'd done a few good things. He scored a couple of punches, as we can see here. Costa lost his feet here, just underneath a little bit of water.
And Bramble was slow to go after him, wasn't he?
Well, he wasn't slow. He was nonplussed. He knew he could have, but he knew that Costa wasn't hurt.
Yeah, well, Kostya Tszyu slipped a little bit. Here we go for round 4. Livingstone Bramble certainly survived more rounds than many people thought after being down in round 1.
Into round 4. Bramble trying to get more composed, trying to work himself into this fight.
Well, he's keeping his hands up really high now, Alan, and he's trying to get in close and then throw punches. And that's maybe the only thing you can do against Kostya Tszyu. It's no use throwing punches from a distance because you're very dangerous when you're left open.
So Tszyu trying to go through the defence of Bramble. Bramble, hands up, wasn't hurt from those punches. The big crowd, capacity crowd at the Newcastle Entertainment Centre roared for that particular punch, but Bramble's defence was to the fore.
Every time he moves in, though, Alan, he cops a left-right combination. He's finding it a little bit difficult to accept the punches from Tszyu like he is at the moment and then get on the offensive because Kostya Tszyu is just waiting there with that dangerous right arm cocked, ready to fire.
Yeah, but all he's doing, he's hitting gloves at the moment. He's got to work that body as well, Zorba. He really does.
He hasn't touched it much, Jeff.
No, he hasn't. Fighting somebody like Chavez, Chavez will work the body and the head.
Oh, good left by Bramble. That's his best scoring punch so far in the fight, and it opened up the mouth of Kostya Tszyu. He was a little bit stung by it.
Yes, he was. He fights with his mouth open, but which is sometimes, classified as very dangerous.
So they're back towards centre ring. Even round this. Bramble probably feeling he's probably working his way back into it after looking all out of sorts in the first 2 rounds.
There's no doubt Kostya's in front, but there's no doubt that Livingstone Bramble is a lot tougher than a lot of people gave him credit for.
Well, not just tougher, but he's a lot cleverer. His hands are very good. His defence is good.
He's got strong forearms as the crowd try to ignite Kostya Tszyu into some action here in round 4.
Oh, good straight punch from Tszyu. His glove speed's just a little bit too quick for Bramble in this 4th round.
He's slipping a little bit out there too. Certainly finding the surface not conducive to the way he wants to fight. A couple of times he slipped in this round and he almost went skating at the end of round 3.
What about Tszyu's fitness, Jeff Fennick? Do you think he can keep up this pace for 10 threes?
Without doubt, he's superbly fit. One thing is that he hasn't really fought a good 10 hard rounds. He hasn't fought 6 hard rounds. He's always dominated his fights, so that will certainly be hard for him, but he's a very, very fit guy.
He's doing it the world of good, Jeff, because this guy is so experienced and calling on all the experience of his great career, 48 professional fights, and it's certainly showing as he hangs in there.
Yes, and he'll continue to hang in. That's the punch to the body.
So Bramble trying to put pressure on Bramble. Does he change the attack? Does he go more to the body?
Well, I believe he's got to, but whether he does or not's another thing.
End of round 4, one after the bell from Livingstone Bramble, and Kostya Tszyu said, well, you got me after the bell, cop this right hand. End of round 4, another very good round for Kostya Tszyu, but that man hanging in very, very well, Livingstone Bramble.
And looking very fine in his corner. He's, you know, obviously he's not winning, but he looks very confident. He looks like, you know, he's doing exactly what he wants to do. I don't think now he's coming thinking that he can win the fight. Tszyu's got a little nick over his left eye there, and Johnny's doing a little bit of work on it.
He's a great eye man too, isn't he? And he wants to work on that eye now. Kostya, I don't think too aware of it. Jeff Fennick, it only looks like a nick. Nothing to worry about at this stage.
No, it's not, but Johnny always tries to make a fuss over it, so make sure you keep your hands up. You might have a nick there until you need 20 stitches.
Well, Bramble hung in there a lot better than we thought he would. Round 5 coming up, and Livingstone Bramble still there, and certainly starting to show up a few deficiencies in Kostya Tszyu, and one that Jeff Fennick has pointed out, that Tszyu continues to go to that head area, and of course there is a leather screen around that area being put up by Livingstone Bramble.
I just thought at the end of that round that Kostya Tszyu was getting a little bit, well, frustrated and flabbergasted after those punches were thrown after the bell. So over towards the neutral corner they go.
Livingstone Bramble said to the promoter Bill Morty, "You don't like me much, you'll hate me tomorrow when I beat Kostya Tszyu." He said it to him this afternoon. I don't know if that's going to come true, but certainly at the moment he's giving Kostya a very tough fight.
The glove work from Bramble's been pretty good. Tszyu trying to find a way through.
He got through on that occasion.
Left jab from Tszyu was a good punch, a good scoring punch. Somehow he's trying to open up those the glove with that defence. Left hook taken on the gloves by Livingstone Bramble.
Into round 5, well into it now, and Kostya Tszyu continues to try and bash his way through the defence held high by Livingstone Bramble. Not going downstairs at all, not trying to chop the tree down, Jeff Fennick.
Definitely not. It looks like my prediction will be wrong, because I tipped with inside the 5 rounds.
Well, we're well into round 5 now. We've got 1 minute, 29 seconds remaining of this round 5. Kostya Tszyu winning the fight, but having a lot tougher fight than I think most expected here at the Newcastle Entertainment Centre.
This fight has been fought at a fair pace, and I think there's just a bit of a breathing space in this round so far. The glove work from Bramble, right over the top was a scoring punch. No effect on Tszyu. He's trying to definitely get that right hand, Jeff Fennick, over Kostya Tszyu's left-hand lead.
Yes, he is. He's trying to do that, but he's got to jab first if it's going to work. That's the punch that Kostya's got to throw more of, the right uppercut through the middle after he jabs.
That was a beautiful punch, and it found a channel right up to the chin of Livingstone Bramble. That opened him up, Jeff Fennick.
Well, that's what he's got to do more of. He's got to throw the body punch first and then up the middle.
He's going to have a headache tomorrow, Livingstone Bramble. I know not all of these punches are getting through, but if only 30% are, then he's going to have a very sore head in the morning.
Definitely so.
Just out of the neutral corner comes Livingstone Bramble. Over towards Kostya Tszyu's corner. Kostya trying to straighten him up in the last 18 seconds of this particular round, round 5. Left-hand lead from Bramble, might have just been a scorer, but so was Kostya Tszyu. And both fighters off balance coming towards the end of round 5.
The sweat absolutely pouring off Livingstone Bramble. The end of round 5. Another good round. Classy fight this one, Jeff Fennick.
Yeah, Bramble's certainly starting to show his, not authority, but he's showing his experience, and he's showing that he can hang around for as long as he wants to. His hands are held up very, very high. Here they are talking to him in the corner, and he's not real tired, and he's keeping his hands up. Putting a bit of grease on the eyes and around the mouth. But there aren't too many getting through there, so I'm not too sure they need any, because those gloves have been held up very, very high. Here's Johnny talking to Kostya. Let's listen in.
Jabs the punch is what Johnny Lewis is saying. Bramble's corner saying he's wide open for a right over the top. He's wide open for a right over the top is the message as we go to the halfway mark of the fight.
Kostya's open for everything, but can you hit him? Do you have the courage to try to hit him? That's the secret. and Bramble don't seem to.
Not at the moment, but gee, Jeff, he seems to be getting a bit more confident as every round goes by. He's still in there, and well, Jeff, he certainly is a lot tougher than we all thought, but his record indicated that he was a very good boxer.
Round 6.
I really thought that Bramble was going to open himself up and just walk up to Kostya, but he's closed up the defence, and he's there for survival, but he's giving the crowd a good fight.
This certainly is. Well, he went after Kostya early and finished up on his apex, so I don't think he wanted to continue with that, Al.
No, I think he's learnt from that from the first round, and he's certainly tightened up the glove work, but Tszyu's finding a way through just the same. Good glove work from Bramble. Now Bramble will just take stock here, and he'll go with a flurry in a minute. He'll try that right hand straight over the top of that left-hand lead of Tszyu's.
The left-hand lead coming out with greater rapidity now, taking notice of what Johnny Lewis said. The jab's your best punch, start using it, and Kostya is certainly sticking to the fight plan in this round. Poking out that left, looking for the opening. Not many there. Bangs that right, but well taken on the gloves again by Livingstone Bramble.
Well, it's hard for Bramble to score points because he's so frightened to let go of the gloves from his head. So while Tszyu was leading with the left hand and picks him off there, it's very hard for Bramble to score points.
He's got a habit of just touching his protector every now and then. Livingstone Bramble, there he goes again. He's not itchy, ladies and gentlemen. It is slipping his protector, and when he does that, he's wide open.
Well, he had Big Daddy written on his undies today, so I'm not too sure what the problem is.
Big Daddy's on the retreat at the moment.
He's over towards his own corner, Bramble. Tszyu trying to line him up. Good defence from Bramble. Unless Bramble's trying to tire Kostya out, hoping that the punching power might decrease in the latter part of the fight.
Lunging left from Livingstone Bramble, his corner telling him to work. He certainly hasn't in this round, round 6. It's been another good round for Kostya Tszyu. Good workout for him, Jeff Fennick.
Yeah, definitely needs this, but some of the punters out there don't, I can tell you that.
Well, those that back the fight to finish inside the distance might be worrying a bit.
Very worried, I'd say, because, you know, this guy looks very tough, very composed, and he looks like he's going to be there for the entire fight.
He's complaining a little bit about being down below there. Kostya Tszyu, but referee Brian McMahon had nothing of it. Lunging left there by Livingstone Bramble, just putting the head down and lunging there with the left. Round 6 gone. Livingstone Bramble still there, but Kostya Tszyu building up a fairly unassailable lead, Jeff Fennick.
Yeah, right, he's having no problems winning the fight, but Bramble's not giving him an opportunity to hit him in the face, which, you know, is to Bramble's credit. But Kostya certainly, to me again, he's got to work the body when he's unable to hit the head. And until he does that, I feel that, you know, I mean, he's doing all he has to do to win. I mean, you can't say anything
has he
about that.
impressed you, or has he not?
Oh, yeah, he's a great fighter. But I'd be more impressed if he did cut that body down. And have a look at this. It's all head punches. Let's watch. They've all hit the glove. They're all head punches.
Well, that's wasting energy, isn't it?
Well, he's got plenty of it, believe me. But, you know, I would like to see him go to the body more, because he's such a dynamic body puncher. When he hits you there, he just chops you in half. And he did that in the first round.
There's no doubt he's winning the fight comfortably. Let's go. Round 7. Kostya Tszyu. There he is against Livingstone Bramble.
And at the moment, Bramble is living. He's surviving well momentarily. Tszyu's going to up the ante by the look of it. Off the stool, straight into Bramble. Landed a couple of good punches. See, by the time Bramble decides he wants to lead something, Tszyu's gone out of the road.
For those elbows and gloves and forearms are certainly blocking a lot of the punches from Kostya Tszyu, and he's got big arms. Certainly, Livingstone Bramble, and they're doing the job for him at the moment.
They're tucked in very, very tight, Zorba. The elbows are right around the side of the ribs and the waist. His hands are right up, you know, covering both sides of his face. His chin's tucked down. He's doing everything perfect.
Well, Kostya's got to try something different, hasn't he?
Well, I'd say so, and at the moment he's still reverting to the head, and he's still quite happy just, you know, hitting that glove.
Well, I suppose he's picking up the points in every round. I suppose why change the tactics? I mean, Bramble won't throw too many, so I suppose Costa Fields will just keep jabbing away, go the 10-3s and win on points the way it's going.
Well,
unless Bramble can change something.
Well, Bramble's just landed with the right hand, didn't hurt Costa. Costa come back with the right hand of his own.
Yeah, it was a good right by Livingstone Bramble, but Kostya just stood there. That mouth was open, and that's a trait of his when he does get hit, or he does fight most of his fights with his mouth open. Now looking for an opening. Bramble almost statue-like at the moment. He puts his arms up.
Costa's is inviting him to hit him, but Bramble still won't do it. He's inviting him, saying, look, hit me. The old punch, open yourself up so I can counter-punch you. But Bramble won't have nothing to do with it.
He wants to go the trip Livingstone.
Maybe he's backed himself to do so. 1 minute 13 remaining in round 7.
Toes.
But Bramble now throws the right hand, but Tszyu too quick. The left and right was way off target. But he's got to try and do something, Bramble. He's got to try and lift the tempo. He's got to try and score some points. The right hand is close.
Right throughout this fight, hasn't he? Particularly these last couple of rounds. He got put down in round 1, and he's just put up the fence since then. Bramble walking up, but not throwing anything.
Get him up.
Bramble on the break. Now Tszyu, that was left downstairs. And Bramble decided he'd also tried the attack into the body. That slapped around the back of the head. Final 22nd round, seconds coming up in round 7.
Get him up. Stop.
Nice and rough and tumble in close. 12 seconds remaining. Boxers Brian McMahon.
Head warning for both fighters there as we go into the final seconds of round 7. And Kostya Tszyu starting to up the tempo a little bit now. Too late to do anything in this round. There's the end of round 7.
Bramble just said at the end of the round, no, he didn't hurt me, not at all. But that's what Tszyu's got to do. Tszyu's got to really try to punch him hard around the glove. If he's not going to go to the body, he's got to come with that right hand around the glove. Instead of punching straight through it, he's got to punch around it.
Coming up to round 8, Livingstone Bramble. There he is, showing a little bit of wear and tear around the eye area. They're putting plenty of Vaseline on, but he's talking to his corner and having no problems at the moment.
Easy on the inside. Watch the inside, doing look.
They're just telling Bramble to ease his way in the inside and then do his work. Johnny be very, very happy. Costa's not getting hurt.
Okay. You'll keep the jab going, mate. 2 right hands here you got on him. Put your hands up now. Come on, mate.
Lewis saying keep the left hand going. That's the one that's picking up the points. And I'd say in the end, in all probability, will be the punch that'll win him the fight. So here we are, round 8. Fight scheduled for 10-3. Bramble down in the first round. So far has recovered, but hasn't been too ambitious after that first round knockdown.
He certainly hasn't, but why walk up and be hammered? And certainly if he can get out of this fight going the distance and with a credible points decision against him, then certainly he'll be disappointed, but it's not as bad as a knockout against his record.
I think Bramble's been hurt in this round. The eyes started to roll a little bit. I think Costa's landed a couple on him, and Jeff Beneke continues to do so.
Yeah, well, he's now punching around that left glove that's held up high at Bramble.
Good jab. Keep it going.
That's it. Cross side, you got it.
Great jabbing by Kostya Tszyu. Most of those got through.
Nice combination punching. Bramble tries the uppercut, but Tszyu had gone. He goes in, hits and gets out of harm's way. Tries to beat his opponent with glove speed. And tonight he's been quite successful at it.
Come on, Bramble.
He certainly has, and Livingstone Bramble just nonplussed. Trying his heart out, but just not being able to come up with the ounces.
Now he wants to go the trip, Livingstone.
Yeah, he certainly does. I'd say on 2 occasions he's really hit Kostya Tszyu flush, but Tszyu has just walked through them.
Yeah, he certainly hasn't given no problem at all to Kostya Tszyu. The biggest problem has been that he's frustrated Costa.
this fight won't do Tszyu any harm.
Definitely not. It's all on experience.
He's been known as a knockout merchant. Only once it's gone the distance. And if it does go the trip tonight, 10 threes against a very experienced opponent like Livingstone Bramble, it'll be a good pipe opener for him.
Starting to find a way around that left hand of Livingstone Bramble. He's not going straight ahead now. He's coming around to the side of the face of Bramble, and he's found the mark on several occasions in this round, round 8. Kostya looking very calm and collected, looking for a way through this tight defence of Livingstone Bramble. He's put the net up, he put the screen up, and Kostya Tszyu at the moment trying to find his way through it or around it. Livingstone Bramble's corner telling him to jab, but Livingstone is there to survive, nothing else.
Round 8. Right hand was a good punch from Bramble. That's the one that, I suppose, of the few punches he's tried, is that right hand over the left-hand lead of Kostya Tszyu. He threw that one looking at the ground with his eyes shut.
Yeah, he's just hoping those right hands land. None of them have landed flush. They've landed on the side of Kostya's ears and stuff, but nothing too damaging.
As the bell goes to end round 8.
Another good round for Kostya Tszyu, another point-scoring round for him. He's winning most of these rounds, 10-9, Jeff Fennick.
Yeah, definitely so. He's just coasting through. It's a pity the other guy's not really trying to fight, not making for the greatest fight. But like we said earlier, it's definitely going to be an experience for Kostya. I'm sure that he'll learn from this.
Let's have a look at the jabbing now of Kostya Tszyu and just see how many of these got through, Jeff Fennick. There's 2 that got through, 3, 4.
Yeah, the jab's getting through. He's jabbing well. It's the right hand that he wants to score with. That's his knockout punch.
Right hook over the cup. Come on, over the cup. Breathe.
The game plan still for Bramble is the right hand over the top, but he hasn't been able to land it with any great whoops, great rate of succession. Kostya Tszyu going after Livingstone Bramble now. Bramble being belted off his feet at the moment. Down to the body goes Kostya Tszyu, up and underneath. Kostya Tszyu trying to put Bramble away. Bramble goes into the shell.
I'll tell you what, those sore bloody hands, that's for sure. Good right hand by Bramble.
Certainly was. He's got plenty in this round 9 so far. As Kostya Tszyu goes after him, Bramble has got to do something. He knows that if he's going to have to pull an upset win off here, he's got to start hitting Kostya. But right by Kostya Tszyu. And back came Bramble. He's in the neutral corner. Is he boxing or is he hurt? The crowd thinks he's hurt. Good left by Kostya Tszyu. Bramble moves back towards his own corner. Lefts and rights taken on the glove by Livingstone Bramble as Kostya Tszyu stands, almost begging the opponent to come at him, Livingstone Bramble, but Bramble stays covered up, Al Thomas.
Yes, it's covering up for all money. I just think if Tszyu was able to go after him for another 15 or 20 seconds full bore, he might get him.
I'm not too sure Livingstone Bramble's had to resort to this kind of tactic ever in his career. I don't think he's ever been worried about somebody's punching power as much as he is worried about Kostya Tszyu tonight.
Well, he's on a survival mission now, Jeff. I think he knows he can't win the fight. He just wants to be there at the end of round 10.
I think he knew that in round 1.
Yes, maybe he did. But he's done what Laporte has done, but in a different manner. He's just hung in.
Yes, he just stayed with the hands up high. Laporte was on the bike moving with his hands up.
Well, I think the crowd have given Livingstone Bramble a fair go, but they're getting a bit agitated. They want Kostya Tszyu to finish him off. 60 seconds to go in the round. They want Kostya Tszyu to put him away. Can he?
Like I said earlier, Kostya's giving him an open invitation to throw some leather, but he won't.
No, he certainly won't. He's had every opportunity to hit a standing target. I mean, Kostya was just standing there begging him to do something, and he did nothing. He's just covered up, and, well, he's got a couple of minutes to survive, and he can go back to the Virgin Islands.
Well, Kostya still won't punch to the body.
So Bramble throws 2 punches in the last minute and a half of the fight. Make it 3. Tszyu trying to find the opening in the last 13 seconds of the round. But Bramble, I had a look at Bramble's corner a couple of moments ago.
They're shaking their head.
Yeah, they're shaking their heads in bewilderment.
Well, let's give Kostya the credit. I mean, he's made Livingstone Bramble do nothing but try and survive. And he's got to get credit for that, Jeff Bennett.
Well, that's for sure. Like I said, I don't think Livingstone Bramble's ever had to do this in a fight in his career, and I'm sure he hasn't, because I've watched him many, and he's always been an aggressive guy that walks up, rolling punches over from everywhere. But today, he just knows that he can't do that.
Tszyu really gave it to Bramble in the early part of that round. There was that punch Peter Peters was mentioning earlier. He's starting to go round the back of the glove. There's 2-3 punches round the back of the glove. Well, it's just a matter, one round to go. Can he be put away?
I don't think he can now. I think if Kostya was going to put him away, he would have put him away by this. I think Bramble is just completely intent on being there at the end of this. I mean, look at him there, just covering up, and nothing's going to be any different, Jeff Bennett, in this round.
Yeah, I've just got a message from the corner. Kostya Tszyu's got two very badly damaged hands.
Well, I don't doubt that his hands are probably damaged from hitting the glove area, the elbows and the forearms of Livingstone Bramble.
Exactly right, Zorba. If he was punching that body, I'm sure they wouldn't be as sore.
That's a hard head he's hitting, Al Thomas.
Very hard.
Concrete.
Chase him, Bramble.
All right, we're in the last round, and Livingstone Bramble for the first time is starting to fight. But if Kostya can straighten him up with a left, the shell might come out again. Or can Bramble do the impossible? Land one big one and knock Kostya out. That's the only hope. And you can get on with me.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see that happening, but of course boxing's a strange game. Good right by Kostya, trying still, even though he's got some damaged hands, as Jeff Bennett got the message from the corner. Kostya Tszyu saying, come on, do something.
No, Livingstone wants to go home in one piece to the Virgin Islands on the jet. And Kostya just can't find a way through.
Good quick left for Kostya Tszyu there, getting through. Bramble now being booed by this Newcastle crowd. He really hasn't come to fight, has he?
Well, he probably came to fight, but it ended in the first round when he got put on his behind.
Yeah, he's just been on a survival mission since then. Right over the top, but no power in it. Left finds the mark. Final round.
More of a slap, I think, too, Zorb, with Kostya Tszyu on the backward move.
1 minute, 20 seconds remaining in this fight. Kostya Tszyu, a unanimous winner coming up, but Livingstone Bramble is going to be on his feet at the end of the 10 rounds.
Oh, well, there's not too many can live to tell their grandkids they did it. He might be one.
Yeah, Laporte is one, and Livingstone Bramble, after being down in round one, is certainly going to be there at the end of the fight. The crowd getting very restless, capacity crowd, and Bramble unpopular before the fight, and I think even more unpopular because he didn't really give it his all, Jeff Bennett.
No, well, you know, what can you say about the guy? I mean, you know, he's shown his experience and he's shown that he's very cagey tonight. And he's shown to me that his career's over. I mean, he hasn't come here to fight, although he just landed a little left hook there. But he's come here, and after the first round, like Alan said, he knew that, you know, if he did try to do what he done in the first round, he wouldn't be here for long.
Very easy win for Kostya Tszyu by the same token. He's going to win on a unanimous decision almost every round, maybe round 3 even, but I think Kostya's won every other round, Jeff.
Yeah, definitely so. I don't know if I can give a round to Bramble, and I don't think any of the judges will either.
In the final 10 seconds of the fight, Kostya Tszyu finishing the fight as he started it in ascending position. He won't be able to put Bramble away, and there it is. The cheers will be for Kostya, the boos will be for Bramble. Livingstone Bramble goes the distance, and I think Livingstone Bramble is over telling Johnny Lewis, you got one heck of a fighter here.
Yes, that's exactly what he was saying. He's a great fighter.
Yeah, I think he said that I just had to survive, and I think that's what Bramble was saying there to Kostya Tszyu.
Well, I'll tell you what, if that was the tactics, you can't blame him. I mean, the bloke's not a dill.
Bramble is now telling Kostya Tszyu.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Great sportsmanship by both boys.
Defense.
You're a great
That's
man.
what I have. They don't have.
Thank you very much.
You fight Kostya, you don't fight Charles Murray. He's going to run all day. Keep your hands up.
He's telling you to fight Coggy.
Fight Kostya.
He said the one thing that he's got that the other fighters don't have is defense. I think he showed that tonight.
Very interesting comments, ladies and gentlemen, made by Livingstone Bramble to Kostya Tszyu in his corner. He said with sincerity, you are a very good fighter. You will become champion of the world. You have more qualities than the others that are challenging. He said, but fight Coggy. Don't fight Murray, because Murray will run all night. Livingstone.
Interesting comments from Ray Conley there.
Here's Livingstone just about to talk.
Just repeated what you said to Kostya. Would you care to add to that your deep opinion of the way that he boxed tonight, considering it was only his 10th professional bout?
I have to give credit to Kostya Tszyu. I was 43-4 as an amateur, considered one of the better amateurs in 1980. I went on and won the championship and was considered pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world doing 84 to 86. Kostya is the best fighter that I have ever placed glove with. That's including Chavez and everybody. And I am very proud to say that, because I'm a learner of the sport and I love boxing. Kostya, you will be champion.
Strong words indeed from Livingstone Bramble, and he's been in with it yet.
The best fighter in the world.
There he is, Livingstone Bramble. Let's just now go to centre ring with Al Thomas.
Livingstone said that Kostya, in his opinion, is a better boxer than Julio Cesar Chavez. Now,
Costa.
Okay.
Brian McMahon as
We
referee,
just have to get the...
non-scoring in that capacity.
Let's just get the
Seth
official result.
Perkins awards 99-91. Keith Dudley 99-90. Billy Mayles 99-90, maintaining his undefeated professional record by unanimous decision. Kostya Tszyu.